Welcome to Lakeshore RV. I'll be walking you through your Cyclone. On your very front compartment here, you're gonna have your 12-volt battery, as well as your hydraulic fluid. You're gonna have your generator. Make sure your breakers are in the off position. You're gonna push and hold prime for 5 seconds, push and hold start for 5 seconds. And then that's gonna start the unit, and then let it run for a minute, and then put your breakers on. To turn off your unit, you're just gonna tap it one time. After you start your unit, make sure the cover gets back on it, otherwise you'll overheat the actual the generator. So, in your front compartment here is going to be your pass-through. You're going to have pass-through on the left and the right. That will be able to access into this big area. You're going to have your one out of the two of your 30-pound LP tanks. The other one's going to be on the passenger side. Pass through here, you're going to have your connectors on the driver's side. You're going to have 4 satellite connections here, as well as your water inlet. Now if you want to fill the water tank, you got to go over the tank fill. Now if you want to use that water, go to dry camping. City fixtures, that's going to be the water pressure off the water hose. Point it straight down, that's going to be winterizing. You're going to have hot and cold shower. Satellite inlet, as well as the black tank flush. Just know when you're operating this black tank flush, make sure your valves are open. That'll be on this door, and you are connected to the ground. If you have a full black tank and you operate those, you're going to have a big mess in the bathroom. Right to the right here, you're going to have your tap light. These tap lights you're going to find throughout your whole unit. They're going to have a little button in the center. Water pump switch. You have your outdoor spray nozzle. You're going to have your 50 to 30 amp adapter, as well as your 30 to 15 amp adapter. Sewer hose. Coming to the rear of your axles, you're going to notice it's going to have a black tank flush, as well as rear poles and the rear connection. That's going to be for the rear bathroom. You're going to have 2 inlets for fuel. Front inlet's going to be for the generator. Rear inlet's going to be for your auxiliary nozzle inside this compartment. To operate that auxiliary nozzle, there is your little pump on and off. You have 50 amp here. Coming to the rear, you're going to have the drop down door with the rear awning for a porch. Inside the passenger rear compartment here, you're going to have the porch steps, as well as the back door is going to go in the garage. You're going to have two awnings on this side. The rear awning and the side rear. So the rear awning on the back side and this one are controlled from inside the garage, or from the digital panel. This one's controlled by the main panel. Here you have your spray nozzle port, furnace exhaust, so make sure when you turn on your furnace, nothing's leaning up against it. It gets extremely hot. Your main door going into your coach, you're going to have your entertainment area. You're going to have a LED light switch here, as well as a stove top, as well as a hot and cold sink out in the outside, as well as you're going to have the actual refrigerator. This refrigerator for your entertainment center will not work unless you have short power. You're going to have your water heater. Your water heater bypasses inside the pass-through here, as well as your battery disconnect. And inside this pass-through, or inside this compartment, is going to be your other 30-pound LP tank. Regulator is going to be in front of it. There's going to be a knob pointing to the front, and then you just turn it to the right, and you'll point it to the rear to use the driver's side tank. Don't put it in the middle. Use one or the other. Let's go ahead and go inside your unit. Going inside your unit, right when you walk in, right to the right will be the first and last switch you touch. So this is going to be the slide that will operate the couch and the fridge. The control panel is at the stairs over here, so you have to open up this slide. So there's your control panel. You have a digital side also. You can get the app for and control the slides through the app. Opening up is just going to be push and hold until you hear it, the motor tension up, and then vice versa. Coming over to your control panel. So you got the digital side, as well as you'll be able to check your monitoring panels and turn all your lights on. Going right below, you're going to find your wing guard. The wing guard, if you decide to get Wi-Fi router installed into it, you will be able to turn it on and off. You got these switches here that aren't labeled are lights. You're going to find those throughout your unit. Any switch not labeled as a light. These are fan controls for above in the kitchen. You're gonna have a slide out controls there, these two. Now, when you are operating the bedroom slide, your bed has a switch, an angle switch next to the head, and we'll get to that when we get in there. The bed has to be angled at an upright position, and this door has to be open. Bathroom door has to be closed. There is a little reminder to make sure those work. Those doors in those positions. There is a slide out here as well as here. This one's going to be the bed. This one's going to be the bed frame. So the left one's actually going to control this whole frame of the bed. The right one's going to control just the actual bed mattress. So let's go ahead and go inside your master bedroom here. Master bedroom. So as you see, there is another slide here. That's going to be controlled by the smaller switch. Now this bed's at an angle. You can make this bed go flat, but this slide won't work unless this bed's in the upright position. It's a safety feature. So if you find yourself fighting with that slide button not working, come and make sure the bed's in upright position. And right when you walk in your master bedroom, you're gonna find the light switch underneath the thermostat. You're gonna find 3 thermostats throughout your unit. You're gonna tap that mode button. That mode button is gonna control fan, AC, furnace. Up and down is gonna control the temp. Hideaway TVs underneath the cabinet or underneath your dresser, above your fireplace. This control the switch is gonna be off to the right. Now you're gonna have your fireplace here. Bathroom's pretty self-explanatory. You got your GFI breaker right to the right of the sink, as well as the light switch behind the toilet. Coming into your living room, you have your thermostat right to the left of the actual control panel. Into your kitchen, microwave, you have your stovetop. Turn your knobs over to the little blue flame, pushing to hold the igniter. Now you're gonna have little tap lights underneath the cabinets here. Up above is controlled by one of the switches in your main panel door here. So those one underneath you'll have to turn off manually. Underneath the cabinet, LEDs controlled from right here. Keys are around your sink. TV's won't work unless you hook to shorter power. You're gonna have individual tap lights. Over by your entertainment, you're gonna have the JBL. You're gonna find the zones over here, C, B, and A. A is gonna be in the living room, B is gonna be in the garage, C is gonna be outside. You can have 2 on, 1 off, 3 on, however you like. Now you're gonna find 2 light switches here. That's gonna control the lights up above. This slide lights have individual switches here. In your garage area, you're gonna have individual tap lights above. You're gonna find another thermostat. You're also going to find the rear bathroom. The rear bathroom is going to have the light switch off to the left. You're going to find your power cord on the actual floor in the garage. As well as when you walk in the garage, you look up, you're going to find more light switches not labeled. Those are going to be lights. Awning controls. These are going to be for the 2 rear awnings. Bed lift control. The bed lift control. The bed is not on a chain system or motor, so you have to use the couch to guide it down. So you bring the couch up all the way, and then you'll pull a pin at each corner, and that's going to release that bed. Then you'll use the couch to bring it down. The bed will stop at a peg in the track system. There is one in each track. Just know if you adjust one, adjust the other. The couch will come all the way down to the floor. You got a nice loft area up above. I hope this video helped. Thank you for choosing Lakeshore.